back to the organization?
It's definitely a lot of emotions and thoughts that flow through my mind. I think that everything for me is so fresh that I don't know what I need and what I'm going to do, but I know that when the time comes and the opportunity is right for me to make those decisions, obviously I've always had a home in Indy, so it could potentially be a home for me again. But I think right now the switching dynamic of my family and everything, I got to do what's best for me, and that's no hanging my hat on one team or another, but I think it's specifically for me. I got to be selfish about that process. And when I know, you'll know. So we'll see.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Track and Ace. So I did this video like a couple of days ago after Kelsey Mitchell had the exit press conference. And I decided to redo the video because it was running long. I started talking like what we could get, free agents and stuff like that. The video went like 30 minutes long. And while that's not a problem, I got a few other videos that I had also made that day. And I just, I wanted to get these videos up. So I just felt like it'd take too long to get that video up. So I just decided to go on here to make this short. So let's get into it because then this video is going to go long. Just be opening it up like this. So, we heard the exit press conference with all the Indiana Fever players, and Caitlin Clark impressed people with the way, how classy she was in her exit interview, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people were impressed with that. But the one interview that really was interesting to me was the Kelsey Mitchell and Nalissa Smith interview. And one thing that Kelsey Mitchell said she's going to test the free agent waters, man. And that was something I wasn't expecting her to really say that. And her whole attitude and aura at that press conference just kind of told me like I've seen players who look like they're done with a team, and she looked like she was done with the Fever, bro. Like her energy, it just looked like she was like she knew she knows she's leaving. And I wasn't expecting none of that. And so when I saw it, I think it was Mick Talks Hoops was the way I found out about it, right? So I saw that he posted a video about her testing the free agent waters, and I said, let me go ahead and watch the whole interview, the whole press conference. And I was like, damn, man, Kelsey Mitchell really do sound like she about to leave. I'm like, man, this is kind of stark in it, and I'm like, man, this is definitely something that I got to make a video about. As y'all know, I already made a video talking about how I felt like Kelsey Mitchell sold the series, like Jewel Lloyd did in Seattle, the Seattle Storm against the Aces playoff series in the opening round as well. And these are two very similar players, and I add Enrique Ungomwale to this as well because she's kind of like that as well. They're all kind of like these selfish volume scorers. They don't really play any defense. They don't really do anything else outside of scoring. And they really can't help their teams in any other way. And I just was kind of like, man, it's crazy how her and Jewel Lloyd sold the series. So, didn't give Caitlin Clark any help, didn't give, Seattle any help for Jewel Lloyd. And I was like, man, both teams need to part from both ladies. Now, I think Jewel Lloyd still has another year to go in Seattle, so don't think it's going to be easy to get rid of her. But at least with Kelsey Mitchell and the Fever, she's a free agent, unrestricted too. So she could make her own decision if she wants to leave or not. And so I think that's going to make it a lot more easier for the Fever to kind of move on from her because it'll be her decision. It won't have to be, because the Fever, regardless, I think, of whatever happens with this whole situation, they're going to offer Kelsey Mitchell the money. They're gonna make an offer, but it just really comes down to if Kelsey Mitchell stays or not. So it definitely sounds like when you say you're gonna test the free agent market, like if you knew you were sold on staying with the Fever, I don't think you would have mentioned it. I think you would have been like, I'm sold on this team. I like our future. I'm excited to see where we're gonna go, and I'm planning on staying here. Something like that, or maybe you don't even leave it detailed about what you're really going to do. To say that you're going to test the free agent waters right there, man, you are definitely leaving. Like you ain't returning here. Like when you make a claim like that, you are definitely ready to go. And a lot of people have said, really since she didn't get the Player of the Month thing, it felt like she was ready to go. And I've been telling y'all, man, like that's a selfish attitude to put yourself over the team. You wanted a personal accolade that bad, like Player of the Month, that you didn't put the team over. Like you should have still been like, okay, that's gonna motivate me even more. I didn't get the Player of the Month. I'm gonna work real hard as my team's trying to get into the playoffs. We're gonna make this run. I'm gonna make them regret that decision. That should have been where your headspace was at. Not you didn't get it, and so I'm gonna just stop playing. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like we can't, dog. That's a head case type of thing that the Fever don't need. CC don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, we don't need that. It ain't like she provides that much anyways outside of scoring. She don't pass well at all. She had an egregious play in one of those playoff games that was criminal. And then she's a cone on defense. She don't play any defense. So like what? She doesn't have any value here, man. No value. But let's get into the donations because I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna talk about some things of what we can do to replace Mitchell real quick. But y'all know I'm gonna make some in-depth videos about what certain players that we should go after. So let's finish off with Kelsey Mitchell here. Where will she go? All right, if she does leave. Now, first of all, it's still a possibility she'll stay because the way things are set up in 2026, most of the women who are free agents right now are going to take probably a 1-year deal or a 1-and-1, which is a 1-year deal with a player option in 2026. I could see them going that direction, and a lot of girls just staying where they are and testing the free agent markets in 2026 when that TV money kicks in. So you might see that scenario. So I'm not completely writing off that Mitchell's going to go, but if she does leave, there's quite a bit of places where she could go to. I'm going to start with the Chicago Sky. I think the Chicago Sky is a great fit for her because it sounds like a lot of things are about to change with the Sky because they fired Teaspoon. We know about that move. I don't think they're bringing back Chennedy Carter because it sounded like the GM when he was talking about what he wants to do with the Sky, he wants a wing and he wants a point guard. So I think he's going to replace Chennedy Carter, and if Chennedy Carter does leave, there's a spot open for Kelsey Mitchell to just be plugged in right there at the 2 guard. So it'll be crazy because some of y'all that be defending Kelsey Mitchell, man, I think a lot of y'all are more Kelsey Mitchell fans than you are Fever or Caitlin Clark fans. So I think a lot of y'all just going to end up moving over to the Sky. I was telling some of y'all in the comment section, like, why don't you just go move on to the fucking Sky? Because it looks like that's where this thing is headed. I would not be surprised if she goes to the enemy. And that'd be crazy too if Kelsey Mitchell really does play for the enemy. Like that'd be some crazy stuff. Because the Sky fans been the main ones like capping for Kelsey Mitchell, talking about Kelsey Mitchell, the best player on the team and all of that. It was mainly those Angel Reese Simps and those Sky fans, bro. Go there then and let's see how Kelsey Mitchell really rocks with y'all. Let's see how that really goes. I'm actually hoping for that move more than anything else. You know what I mean? I think that'd be crazy if that happens. But I could see that happening, man. You got Phoenix. They need to replace Taurasi. Sophie Cunningham staying for a year. So I think the Phoenix might run it back just without Taurasi this time. But I think they might end up running it back with the veteran group. Kalia Copper and all them and Natasha Cloud. So I think they're going to run that group back. We'll see if they keep Brittany Griner, who's a free agent as well. I was saying I kind of want Brittany Griner on the Fever to play center because I know she'll protect Caitlin. I know that for damn sure. She'll protect Caitlin. If there's one thing Bob Griner is good for, she'll protect Caitlin, bro. Because ain't nobody going to mess with Caitlin and Bob Griner on the court. So at least that's a good thing about that. What's another thing? I think the Sparks are actually a possibility, but it might have to be. So another thing is sign and trade possibility. So the Fever could also sign and trade Mitchell, and I think that with her and Alyssa Smith, Fever definitely need to be trying to trade one of those two and getting some picks out of them. Maybe another vet to go with it. I know some people were talking about Alicia Gray from Atlanta. I'm not really interested in Alicia Gray, but Kelsey Mitchell is definitely an option down in Atlanta. They're probably looking for some more scoring in Atlanta anyways to go with Ryan Howard. So that'll be a spot for it. And obviously Dallas with Enrique, but I don't know how that'll work. Two selfish ball. Like Satu Sabali was already ball hogging with Enrique. And Satu was only ball hogging because she knows if she does not shoot, she's not getting the ball because Enrique does not pass at all. I think Enrique's even worse than Kelsey when it comes to passing. That chick does not pass the ball at all. I would never want to play. I would never want Enrique to come to the Fever. Never, ever. She's a loser, too. Just like Kelsey Mitchell. Never. Never. I don't want any selfish players with Caitlin Clark. You got to be a player that comes in to compliment Caitlin Clark. You can't be somebody that's trying to play their own game. Nah. I'm good. I'm good. Then if you don't play defense either, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. If we're going to build this thing up like the Bulls in the 90s, we need some two-way players, bro. Scottie Pippen was a two-way player. We need that type of player, our own Klay Thompson type player. As I've been telling you about Sonia Centron so much because he's the best defender in the draft, in my opinion. You get her. I think when it comes to the whole Satu Sabali thing, I'd rather just go draft her teammate, Sonia's teammate, Maddie Westbeld, because she's a 6'3" wing, and she's definitely a raw project that she won't be expensive like Sabali is either. But I don't mind. Like I said, I'm on the Sabali bandwagon if we go and get her. I think she clearly she said some good things about the Fever fan base and Caitlin. So, I definitely won't mind her coming here. We're gonna have to make a video about her for sure in the future. But yeah, I think a sign and trade will be interesting if we could do that with Mitchell. But we still need to trade Nalissa Smith for picks because there's a lot of teams that will definitely want Nalissa Smith because Nalissa Smith's not a bad player. She just don't fit in this system. She's still got plenty of potential, guys. So she's young. A lot of teams know if we need like a forward like that. And really, Nalissa's one of those players. She got guard skills. You know what I'm saying? So she could play at the small forward and be like a what's her name? Jones from the Liberty. You know what I mean? Jonquil Jones. I really do. I really believe she could be in that type of position on the team. So Nalissa Smith, hey, we're gonna have to talk about this in a different video. But the Sparks got two people we could go get. We could go get Cam Brink and Lee Uru. I think Lee Uru is a little bit more possible. I would definitely bring in Lee Uru. Lee Uru for Kelsey Mitchell. I think that's very possible. And then the Sparks maybe give us a pick out of that, maybe a 2026 pick. Bro, I think they'll give us that. That'd be great. That should definitely equal out. Sparks get another score to go with Rikia. Maybe they draft Paige Beckers. You keep Cam Brink. Got Hamby. Bro, that's a pretty good dynamic lineup. You get because Mitchell could still be Mitchell could be a 6-man on any competitive team too. Because I think that's what her role should have been with the Fever was coming off the bench as a 6-man. Because all she's going to do is score. So when you're a 6-man, that's like Marina Mabry as well. So Marina Mabry got some decent defense. And that's all you got to do. So that might be her role in the league too instead of starting. But obviously, if you're gonna be paying Kelsey Mitchell over, around $250,000, the max, you definitely gonna definitely want her to start. So, I definitely think that's very possible. But like I said, at the end of the day, let's wrap this video up. At the end of the day, man, whatever happens with Kelsey Mitchell, man, with this whole thing, I think that it'll be just good for her to I think she knows it's time. She spent 7 years here. Has been able to, I think she knows this is CC's team too. And I think it's just, she's ready to move on. She's ready to move on and get her own team. And, she get paid anyway. I don't think she got to worry about the money, man. She get paid anywhere she goes. She did enough this season to get paid a max contract. So, But I do think she's only going to sign a 1-year deal wherever she goes. That's why I said, like if Indiana just decides to go on ahead and still draft their guard, you can have a guard sit behind Mitchell, which I'm like, I would rather Mitchell go right now, but like if you have to hold her for a year so we could get our rookie guard, in play. But yeah, the Aces is another possibility too, because the Aces will probably need some scoring, especially if they get bounced out by the Liberty. They're going to be looking at free agents. There's no certainty if Kelsey Plum's coming back, so you got that as well. Hey, maybe we could trade Mitchell for Plum. But I'd rather go get Kate Martin than Megan Gustafson. Now, I haven't seen Megan Gustafson's situation because I know she came to the Aces as a free agent. So I don't know what Megan Gustafson's situation is looking like, but we could definitely get Kate Martin in that deal. So we could definitely look at the Aces, and Kate Martin is someone that I would definitely like to get with CeCe, bro. Like, I mean, like I said, man, we ain't really got nothing to worry about if Mitchell leaves. We really don't. A lot of y'all don't see it right now, but we really don't got nothing to lose, man. For real, for real. All right, man, give me your thoughts in the comment section below. We got a lot of videos coming, so stick with me this week. We're going to be having a lot of videos for y'all this week. So make sure y'all stick with me. I'm gonna really get into my bag too about college. Really gonna start profiling some college players that we can get. I still haven't did Sydney Parrish. I haven't did Pow, Westbeld, and a few other players that I've been looking at as fits for this Fever team, man. So definitely give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's wrap this thing up.